All right, it is time for 5 fast questions. Frank has the questions. I have the answers. Fire away, sir.
What's the best dessert of all time? All time.
Cheesecake.
Number 2, if you could have a private concert featuring anybody, who would it be?
Dave Grohl.
Number 3, who would you least want a call from in the middle of the night?
Any family member. There's no way it's good news if they're calling in the middle of the night.
Number 4, what do you think is the worst thing about being a woman? Yeah, tell me, what do you think is the worst thing about being a woman, you chauvinist prick?
Not being a man.
Number 5, what would be the worst question to ask somebody on a first date?
Hey, you want to compare STDs? And that is 5 fast questions. All right, Frank. Now we're going to actually cover the questions here. What?
First one was the best dessert of all time.
I go cheesecake, man. I could eat the shit out of some cheesecake.
I like mango key lime pie.
Ooh, that is a good
That
choice.
is-
Very, very precise. Very, very.
That gets me, man. Publix.
Lan, what you going
Look
with?
us up.
I'm
One
just
dessert.
going with a plain old hot fudge sundae.
Nice.
Now, vanilla ice cream with hot fudge.
Oh yeah.
Basic
Oh,
bitch.
yeah.
Any sprinkles, cherries?
I mean, whatever, but it has to have those two things.
Oh, okay.
Gummy bears.
You know.
Fucking gummy bears. All right, what was
I
the
ate
next?
a gummy.
By the way, in the YouTube chat, if you guys want, you're more than welcome to answer along with these, what you guys would think. So the first one was, what is the best dessert of all time? What was the second question, Frank?
If you could have a private concert featuring anybody, who would it be? Now, is this living or dead?
I don't know. It's your
Oh,
question.
that's a good question.
Well, I mean, because that would open the door. Like, if you got dead, you know,
I
you
think
could have
we
a
would.
Beatles
I think
reunion.
you'd probably want to go with
Alive.
Alive.
Okay.
And I would just go Dave Grohl. I got to see the Foo Fighters for the first time last year. It was just an amazing concert. He seems like just a fun dude to hang with. And so if it's a private concert, I'm assuming that we're talking about like a small venue where it's like
Sure.
me with, a select few people, and he's performing like an acoustic set for us. Is kind of what I would do.
I would go with Lenny Kravitz. I think he's a mellow, chill dude, and his music's fantastic.
You just want to touch
I
his
think-
abs.
No, what? Maybe. I'm not gonna lie. He's a sexy man, but him and I share a birthday together, so we're like birthday bros.
Look at you guys. I'm birthday bros with Kurt Russell.
Nice. That's why you pick him
Escape
on.
from LA. I didn't do that for my fucking movie draft. Shit.
Loser.
All right, Lan, who would be your concert?
I think
One
I would
person.
do. Stevie Wonder.
Nice.
Would-
Damn, that's a good pick. That's a good pick. All right, what was the third? Oh, which, by the way, really quick, have you watched the Netflix documentary about We Are the World?
No.
Lan,
All right.
did you see it?
No.
Oh, dude, if you guys have Netflix, watch it. It's amazing. It breaks down how they were somehow able to get all of these people into the studio at one time to record this song, and it's a really, really well done documentary. Really quick here over in the YouTube chat, Ortiz says, did the Rage Against the Machine concert ever happen? No. They ended up just refunding our tickets. So we never actually got to see Rage Against the Machine. And Shim is still down in Australia. All right, what was the next question, Frank? Question 3.
Who would you least want a call from in the middle of the night?
Yeah, I said any family member. I mean, in all reality, any family member calling me makes me worry because they don't call me. I call all of my family, which I don't mind. Like my mom and I, we kind of have a schedule. I call her like as I'm doing work and stuff. I call her at 9 a.m. every morning. I try to call my dad about once to twice a week now. Try to keep up with my sister. She's a little more difficult because she's a lot busier. But yeah, there was one time a couple weeks ago, my dad like butt dialed me. And the second I saw his name, I'm like, fuck, who died? Like, that's like one of the only reasons my family would ever call me is something horrible fucking happened. So thankfully he texted me right afterwards where he was just like, butt dialed you, sorry. And I'm like,
I'm gonna go with
God.
Andy Dick.
You
I
don't
would not want
Dick
Andy
to call-
Dick to call me in the middle.
That would be pretty bad. That's not,
Are you going
Never
with
wrong
family
there.
member land? Is there? You got it?
yeah, I'm going with what you said.
The beard says the cops. He wouldn't want the cops calling.
They
late
just
at
kind
night.
of show up at your house.
That's true. All right, question 4.
What do you think is the worst thing about being a woman?
I said not being a man.
Okay.
I mean, in reality, now that I'm married and I have a daughter, it has to be
PMS?
menstruation.
Yeah.
Like, I swear to God, I've said this before. If we bled from our dicks once a month, they would make whatever tampons we use to stop it free. Government
Wait,
would fucking
you guys
pay for
don't?
it. What?
There'd be all sorts of porn about peeing blood.
Now, I think there's is it a Cannibal Corpse song? And you'll see it pop up where the lead singer, he's like, this is a how does he sell it? It's like, this is a nice little song about bleeding from your cock or something like that. And it always shows the bouncers in front who are sitting like this. And the second he says it, they're like,
Wait, what the fuck?
yeah, like, what did he say?
Look what Beard put in the chat.
Getting mounted by the beard. What is the worst thing about being a woman? Getting mounted by the beard. No, I would legitimately think. I mean that, and then obviously a lot of the inequality shit. And if you don't think that still exists, it does. Now, I don't advocate equal pay in any way, shape, or form, because equal pay then limits what a woman can make. Like, that's something I've never quite understood. Is where it's like, we want equal pay. No. You should be paid for what you're worth. If you are worth more than a man, you should make more than the man. But that's
think
just
the
me.
worst-
Call me crazy.
The worst thing being a woman is having to choose between a bear or a man.
The bear or a man?
Oh, you didn't see that in me?
Are we mentioning random memes that we've seen?
Okay, no. So for like a month ago, this thing came out where it was like this thing that if a woman had to choose between a bear or a man, they would choose the bear. And it upset, like, men got completely just pissed about this, going, seriously, you think the bear is safer to be? It's like if the woman was walking in the woods, would they rather run into a bear or a man? And they put down they'd rather run into the bear instead of the man.
Well, I
Because
mean,
they
I think the
fear
likelihood
men.
of rape is probably far lower when it comes to a bear. But I have seen, what was that, Revenant
Right.
with Leonardo DiCaprio, where people
Yeah,
thought that bear
but-
attacking him was butt fucking
I
him?
tell you, if you're in the woods and you see a guy, if you see him, he's not going to rape you. It's the guy you don't see that's probably going to rape you.
True.
That comes out of the bushes. But yeah, so
I mean, there's
Number 5.
obviously got to be a lot of things that are, not so great about being a woman, which I would say the vast majority were created by men, except the whole period thing. We didn't do that. We didn't fucking do that, ladies.
that was God.
Oh, yeah, God did that shit. Last question.
Number 5. What would be the worst question to ask someone on a first date?
fucking love you, man. We were just talking about that earlier. Ortiz goes, random memes. I love the hawk to a memes. With the girl, dude. I'm telling you, last week before we started streaming, I sent Lan that clip. And of course, it was buried in like 20 other clips that I sent him. And he doesn't go back and rewatch them. Ladies and gentlemen, Alan is a terrible friend and he doesn't watch the videos I sent him on Instagram. But it was
I have to set aside like a whole day
He kind of does.
to watch all of these.
And I think about that too, like in the middle of the night when I'm sending you that shit, I'm like, fuck, how many have I sent him? And is he going to have time to actually watch all of these?
I'll get to him. Don't worry. I'll watch him.
To spit on that
Fuck
thing.
you.
All right, Frank, what was the last question?
Worst question to ask on a first date? Someone on a first date.
Yeah, I would say like, hey, you want to what STDs have you had? Or
I
something.
think the worst question would be, do you want to see my basement?
Yeah, I could definitely see that one. Something else that just recently that popped into my head would be something like if you were to comment about something in their apartment. Where it's like you're on the first date, so clearly you've been stalking this woman. You got
It's like
anything?
I really like how you move the mirror from one side.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I really love your living room's motif. I love what you got going on there.
Why did you take the black cover off the couch and put the red on?
You should have kept the old one.
Well, but here's the thing: is you'd have to leave it open ended enough so that it could still be true. Like it couldn't be so precise that you're going to be wrong. You know?